Hey you guys, long time no see. A lot has changed since I've last been on here. I got a new apartment. I've been doing a lot of different art stuff besides just YouTube. I got busy. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a really long time. I wonder if anyone will actually watch this because it's been so long. I felt like I needed a break. I felt like I needed to take my own advice and just be myself and take a break when I needed to. I'm currently painting this girly that I feel like almost looks like a gaming character, and she has like two swords going into her back. And I'm making this actually for a show that I'm curating. I'm hoping to finish it before like the new year, because right now it's December 24th, Christmas Eve. Yeah, so I want to try to finish it before like January 5th-ish, because I'm curating a show for a furniture store, which I've done in the past few months. I did that once, and I curated another show in someone's house. And so for the open call, I like to use my own artwork and kind of set the precedent for the kind of art that I'm looking for in the other artists. And the theme for this show is going to be winter whimsy. So it's kind of like a snow princess vibe, I guess you could say. Or like she looks cold, and it's going to be very gray toned, neutral tones. So that's kind of the winter part. And I'm gonna have like goriness in it to kind of like juxtapose the theme, if that makes sense. But also have like the themes of whimsy and like her headpiece, and just like the overall look of the painting is gonna be like beautiful. But I do want to have that darkness in it too. And so maybe that way I can invite artists that are more on the spooky side and more on like the haunted kind of dark arts, and also the whimsical arts and the beautiful winter theme landscapes, you know, trying to get everyone under the sun, like all types of artists. But yeah, I've been curating shows, and it's been fun for me because I like to have like control of the work that goes alongside my own art, and also the theme that I want my work to be in, like a show. It's nice to have that control. And yeah, going forward also with my channel, I'm gonna try to be less perfectionist. I noticed that a lot of the reason why it was hard for me to put out a video is because I was being so perfectionist about like, oh, the sound quality, the jump cuts. I wouldn't let myself stutter, and it was really making editing difficult and like time consuming, and also agonizing because I would get mad at myself for making mistakes, because I was like, this is so brutal to like clip and jump cut my own stuttering, and then I'm like frustrated with myself. And so it was kind of like I needed to take my own advice with all the advice I was giving. It was like the way I was being a hypocrite was I was being a perfectionist, and I wasn't allowing myself time to breathe or the ability to make like a video when I truly felt like it genuinely. I was just trying to make it a lifestyle and manifest the life I want with art through YouTube by like, you know, putting one out regardless of the outcome. But I wasn't acknowledging how that was like kind of taking a toll on me. So going forward, I'm going to try to have less perfect editing, and also make less videos, like just make them when I feel like it. And I feel like it will translate if I'm being authentic and the desire is there. I think you can sense that. So yeah, I think it'll be better. So thank you for being here. If you are back, welcome back, and I can't wait to show you guys the process of this painting. And then I may even just take you along on the curation process in the next few videos for this show, and also like bring you with me on the actual show itself, like opening night vlog and stuff like that. And just because I was gone from YouTube does not mean I was stopping making art. So I just wanted to show you guys what I've been working on while I was gone. First of all, I painted this little miniature, which took a long time because it was so small. but I wanted to make it look realistic and like still have all the details of a big painting and really get like, I don't know, the intimate experience of what it's like to paint. I guess because it's so small, you see like all the little details and they had to be so carefully rendered. That's kind of why I like miniatures. So I wanted to make my own version. And I did this to kind of symbolize what it's like to always have to post on Instagram to display your artwork. So I made it like fit within an iPhone screen. And the title of it is perfect for Instagram for that reason. Like when you don't really have many places to show your artwork and it feels like Instagram's the only place to do that. It's like symbolic of that, I guess. She's tiny. I love her a lot. That's one of the my favorite paintings I've ever done. And then I did this drawing, which I actually sold, which I'm so excited about. That's the first drawing, like original drawing I've ever sold. I actually sold it at the show that I curated at the furniture store during Halloween time. The show is called Haunted Masquerade. And you see, if you look close, she has like a mask on. And this one's titled Lifeline, and it was inspired from the movie Eyes Without a Face. And then I also drew this for the last show that I curated called Deja Vu. It was supposed to be like dreamscape. So yeah, this is a graphite drawing. And she's eating spiders at the doctor because it's supposed to kind of symbolize a fever dream where you feel like when you go to the doctor, they're kind of giving you things that are just poisoning you and making your sickness worse. And like a fever dream version of that, like as if you were having a nightmare at the doctor's and they were feeding you spiders. So yeah, I'm gonna zoom in just so you show you the details. And this is the painting I'm currently working on that I'm going to work on today with you. This has been taking me a while because if you look up close again, you'll see all the little details of the gems. And I was really trying to make it realistic. I've been enjoying like taking my time, going really slow, and just allowing myself to take forever to paint and draw and really get all the details that I'm capable of. It's been fun for me to do hyperrealism lately. So yeah, I've been working on this for the past couple months, I want to say, because I've also been really busy with the shows that I've been curating. It's been a few hours and this is all I've gotten done. And this is why I used to be a perfectionist and I would rush myself and have a strict schedule. Because if I don't do that, then I literally take forever and I procrastinate and I get distracted all day. So, that's interesting. But the point is that what's the rush? Like, why would I rush? What's the point of hurrying up to get done so that I can start something new? It's not like this is for someone. It's not like I have a deadline. It's supposed to be for me and my own enjoyment and my own excitement of life. So if I'm rushing and stressing myself out, I'm not enjoying it. But the downside is it takes me ages to finish stuff, and it kind of is agonizing to take forever on something that I know I'm capable of going faster. So it's all about finding a balance, I guess. And I'm gonna still try and finish at least one sword today, so I might lock in now. I'm gonna try to lock in now, I guess. And I guess this is me locking in, even though I'm literally just dancing.
I would kind of paint a little bit at a time and then I just would get extremely distracted. And I kind of do that with everything that I'm having to work on. I literally wait until the last minute. And then when I have zero time left, that's when I really push myself to get done. Otherwise, I'm like, well, what's the rush? I might as well do what I want. And then I play pool on my phone and I eat snacks and I dance and I listen to music and then I go on my phone and then the process repeats. But here I am painting the handle on the sword, which this painting was really crazy because there were so many tiny details. I felt like I was constantly just refining little miniature, seemingly insignificant details. And that was kind of the most aggravating part of this whole painting is that I really wanted to just destroy it. Literally, the whole entire time I was working on it, I was pissed off and not enjoying it on some level because there were so many small details and I felt like I couldn't see the progress I was making while I was making it. It was just little by little by little, centimeter by centimeter. And it kind of made me feel a little bit crazy because I work all day tirelessly, it feels like. And then I just barely finished the handle. And it's just such a small surface area that it made me feel kind of nuts because I was like, that's really all I finished after doing that all day. But I was kind of exaggerating. I did enjoy painting this, and it was a sort of like meditative process also, on another hand, with all the details because it really forced me to slow down, take my time, and be patient, which I'm not naturally the most patient person. So that's why art is a good practice for me because it teaches me to slow down, express myself, like feel out my emotions, and be patient with myself. Notice when I'm making mistakes, build confidence in that way, like enough, confident enough to recognize, you know what, I made a mistake. Let's erase that and try again. So, yeah, painting is definitely an interesting process for me as opposed to drawing. Because drawing, I still do have that sense of expression over perfection because the way that the texture of a pencil feels against a piece of paper is just different. It makes you like kind of naturally express yourself in a different, more intimate way because of the way you physically have to scratch into the paper and press harder or press lighter. And it's more about value and texture. And then with painting, it's all like a soft brush and kind of just rendering and erasing and going back and layering. So it's fun for me to go back and forth on between painting and drawing. So for those reasons, it's like it teaches me different things and it just is a different practice.
I finished the handle. I locked in. I swear filming does actually help me to lock in and finish. I like the way it looks. It's kind of cool. At first I was afraid it looked a little too much like a tiki, but now I feel like it looks like rusted metal and I like it. But I'm gonna try to finish this part. That's really ambitious. It's already 9:45 p.m.
And here I go, starting on the handle. This was when I started to kind of like the process of the details because I kind of got the hang of it. Whenever there's something with a lot of intricate details, there comes like the added nerves of can I pull this off? Because there's so much happening. And I think that's what really makes me procrastinate, is because I'm like, can I even do this? Will I fail? Or whatever. I think I'm just scared to even begin because there's just so much happening in like the sword that I wanted to paint and I wanted to see come to life. It was just like, can I even do this? And same with those diamonds on her headpiece. At first, I was really, those seemed so daunting because I wanted so many of them. But once I got the hang of it, after the first like 15 diamonds, that part became like something like almost like my comfort zone because it was just so easy. And then I just was like, this isn't even hard. So this is like an easy part. So yeah, it just takes practice. And I feel like I don't have too much experience painting because I spent so much time drawing, and I really don't have too many paintings that I love at this point anymore. I feel like I'm still a beginner when it comes to painting. So my confidence is a little bit low. Like, I'm like, oh, can I do this? And then I still am like shocked that I can. Like, at the end of this painting, I was like, wow, I can't believe I painted that. And it almost didn't feel like me doing it. Like, I don't know how to explain that. It just feels like I'm witnessing my hand paint it, but it doesn't really feel like it's me. But, anyways, the reason why I wanted to paint this girl with two swords in her back is because I was thinking of the concept about when you get a gut feeling about someone that they're kind of mean or just not a good person for you specifically, and like you know that there's something off there about the person, but you just ignore that to like please them or to be kind to them and kind of give them what they want, which is access to you. Anyways, and you tell yourself, well, they haven't really done anything to hurt me. And it's almost like you don't really believe yourself because you don't have concrete evidence that this person is bad or mean or anything because they haven't done anything specifically to you, or you haven't heard from someone else that they do mean things or they're like evil, but still like you feel weird around them and you just don't believe it, like you override it. And then when they actually do something to hurt you, then you take a step back and you not only do you feel the pain from whatever it is that they did or they took advantage of you or whatever, you also feel the pain of, I knew it all along and why didn't I trust myself? So that's kind of like what is representing the two swords, like the feeling of guilt that you're giving yourself and how you wish you just would have listened, and also the hurt itself. And I kind of just find that concept interesting because it almost feels like in life I'm learning the same lessons again and again and again because I feel this way somewhat often. I still want to give people a chance and I want people to prove me wrong, and I just want to have a bunch of friends and then I'm just proven right at the end of the day with my gut feeling. And then I'm like, wow, I feel like I've learned the same lesson again and again and again. So yeah.
I have officially completed my mission for the day. I finished the handle. I mean, I did say I wanted to finish the sword, but the handle was the reduced expectation that I gave myself, and then I like blocked it out with the gray background that's gonna be there. just to see what it looks like, and I love it. It's finished. I really do love it a lot. Yay. So this is the whole thing so far. I love her a lot. I think it's coming together slowly but surely. Another way perfectionism has gotten me the past few months is through painting itself. I noticed that I'm painting much slower, and because I haven't been on YouTube, I feel like my perfectionism has manifested into like making my art perfect. But I have learned that I like doing that to an extent. I feel like before I was like letting it be too expressive, and I end up not liking the paintings that I made like during that time when I was being expressive. As I grow out of those expressions of myself, and now I'm kind of in this like slow painting, making everything exactly as I want it phase. But I feel like I'm not mad at that, and I'm kind of letting it happen, and I'm not trying to change that, just because I feel like I'm gonna like these paintings forever. And I have an understanding of when I'm making it too hyper realistic and when I want to just like let it go and kind of make it dimensional, not in a way that's perfect to life, but like kind of like letting harsh lines be there and not necessarily blending in every color, because that's like my little expression. And another thing is I've been liking privacy while I've been painting and creating. I feel like I was filming my process so much that I lost my solitude with it, and that's the whole reason like I enjoy it, is because I can be by myself and kind of just like have my own little escape from the world. So bringing the world into my process so intensely was kind of a lot. So yeah, I'm just trying to find a balance, and I'm thinking maybe I'll just like tell you how I'm feeling and what I'm experiencing with my creative process, instead of feeling like I have to show you every step of the process. I can just talk about it and then like kind of show you where I'm at. But speaking of, I'll show you my painting where I'm at right now. So I'm currently working on the back and the arm. That's what I'm doing next. My painting is complete, and I'm so excited. My life is complete now. I feel like I can properly relax and not feel like I have something looming over me. And I'm excited with the timing because I was able to finish the painting before my new upcoming show, the Winter Whimsy show that I'm curating at the furniture store. And I wanted to extend the invite to you all. If you want to participate, even if you live out of the country or out of the state, if I like your art enough, I will print it for you and kind of advertise you at the show. Here's the open call, and the information to submit is down below if you want to participate. If you're in the LA area, that's even better. You can drop off the physical work. But yeah, I just wanted to extend the invite to you guys if you wanted to participate. And also I have prints, $20 on my shop if you want to buy this beautiful painting in print form. But yeah, I'm so excited that I finished it. This is like the most detailed painting I've ever done. It took the longest, and I had to practice the most patience with it. Patience with myself and with all the little miniature details. If you haven't noticed, I moved apartments, which is another reason why I was gone for so long. I had a lot going on, and I wanted to just make sure I'm only posting on YouTube when it felt authentic to me, because that's the whole reason why I started this in the first place. And I really didn't want to make it into something stressful, into like work or something that I felt was a responsibility, and more something that I love to do, so I do it because I enjoy it. Follow me on Instagram too if you want to see like my updates on my art life. If I'm not always posting on here, that's kind of where I just put everything. And I also have a TikTok where I sometimes post there if you want to keep up with me. It's called Fool Me Twice because she has two swords going into her, obviously. And it's meant to represent when like you don't follow your intuition about someone, or you wait for them to actually hurt you, to not have them in your close circle, and even though you have a gut feeling about them that tells you like stay away from this person, you kind of ignore that because they haven't done anything actually to hurt you, and then when they proceed to do something that actually hurts you, you kind of feel this sense of like, oh, I should have followed that gut feeling, I shouldn't have trusted them, and I knew it all along, and that kind of feeling of like feeling guilty that you didn't follow this inner knowing that you have about people. And so yeah, take with that what you will. Anyways, I'm going to show you close-ups of the painting, and let me know if you have any questions. Ow, I just hit my head on the wall. And yeah. Next, I want to transform this sweater that I'm wearing into merch for myself to wear. And I think I'm also converting my Depop to solely like merch for my art on clothing. So I might put it up there, but I figured I'd show you the process of how I make clothes for my art in case you wanted to do the same. This is the drawing I'm going to be putting on the back of the sweater, and then I'm going to have text on the front that says Lifeline, split up by the zipper, like life on one side and line on the other. And this is a drawing that I did, just scanned in, and then I'm going to flip it around, like mirror image it and the text, so that when I transfer it onto my clothes, it'll be the right way. And this is the kind of paper that I use. You can get it on Amazon. Okay, and then I'm just gonna cut this out to be like as close to the image and the text as possible, because when you transfer it, with using this paper, it has a sort of texture to it, and I feel like it's best to have as little of that texture on the fabric as possible. Just right around the ink is what I like. Another reason why I wasn't posting on here was because I was feeling like a perfectionist about what I looked like. I felt like if I didn't look my best, I shouldn't be posting. And like for a lot of my videos, I felt like I was dressing up and like kind of making myself into like a more beautiful version of what I look like on the day-to-day. Like I was wearing makeup and putting on outfits that were like more form-fitting or whatever, had some sort of interesting quality to them to make the video just more visually appealing. So I realized that that's silly and I should just show up how I show up regularly when I'm at home, and if I'm not wearing any makeup, that's okay, and everything doesn't have to be so flawless. Visually, audio, like it just doesn't have to be like that. I don't know. I feel like I just wasn't able to admit that to myself, that that's actually what I was dealing with too. But now in retrospect, like I see it kind of like that. And I've just had a lot of time to reflect on what I'd like to change going forward and trying to be more authentic on here so that I don't have to keep up with all of these like facades that I'm creating for myself online. Like it's just more work and more reason to burn out if you're setting all these expectations for yourself and how you should be looking and acting and everything. Then it's harder to post long term because it's like a whole thing to get ready, a whole added extra hour that you could be working on your craft and just like naturally letting the video flow. It's a whole hour you're wasting. So I don't know, because perfectionism really sucks. And I never thought I was a perfectionist, but I kind of am when it comes to my art. Okay, I finished cutting everything out. Lifeline and her. Now time to transfer it onto the sweater. This is the before. I used the Cricut Cry Cut, I don't know, transfer thing, this thing. It's like a heat press. And yeah, I'm just letting that heat up to like 375 degrees to get it hot enough to transfer the ink onto the shirt. my first reaction, I mean, I can't even see it, really, besides in the camera, but I like it, I think. So it says Lifeline, and then the back is her.
Yeah. You gotta fix the back. There we go. All right, enough.
Thanks. Okay, so there's gonna be this image also as a print on my website, linked below, my shop, Big Cartel Shop. And I am shipping internationally. Yeah. I love my new sweater. Being an artist is fun. It's good to see you guys again. I'll see you on my next video. Thank you for watching and thank you for sticking around even though I took a break. And yeah, sending you love and friendship. That was cornball, but it's true.